When I met Damo in person, we went into the posing room and he said, "What do you think of this pose?" And I said, "Absolutely, you can do it." He was 200 pounds overweight, and I thought, well, once you're shredded, it's gonna look amazing. He had a thought and he manifested it, and here it is on stage. Coach Greg, in today's video, Damian the fat ass gets shredded, competes in a bodybuilding competition. No longer does Damian have a fat ass. And trust me, the bros are here for it. They've been gregging their Doucettes harder than last time, GO2 maxing all over the screen. And I've been waiting for this moment for months. Couldn't wait to watch this video. I met Damian in person, great guy, been following his journey all along. Highly go and suggest you watch his channel. He's not afraid to let himself out. I'm not talking about his downstairs, I'm talking about his emotions. You've seen him cry on screen, he's very vulnerable, and I love it. To go from 200 pounds, bench pressing 405, to getting down to a svelte 157 pounds, you know this guy put in the work. And if you've watched his journey, you knew that he was ready to give up many different times. The agony, the torture, the lack of energy. The man was on a starvation diet. He got down as low as 1,200 calories. Release achieved. Perhaps they've been gregging their Doucettes too long and have Turk maxed all over the screen. Release achieved. Ayo. Broke edge twice. Ooh, it's all over the screen. Whew. Do a video on this. This entire series needs to be promoted. We need Damo transformation vid, Coach Gregging my Doucette as I type this. We about to get a video from goddamn Greg Doucette. Greg Doucette gregging his Doucette to Damo's aesthetic physique, well, in more ways than one. We need a Doucette video on this, one of the greatest fitness journeys of all time. Man, these guys, holy, the comments. Wow. Reading through the comments, I've never seen so many men tearing up, crying while watching somebody pose. People so proud of him for his accomplishments, including myself. Let's get right into it. I watched his routine on Instagram from start to finish, and I immediately got goosebumps. Not often does a routine excite me to the extent, and I'm not just talking about my downstairs, I'm talking about my total love for watching his routine. The passion, enthusiasm, exquisite posing, everything done to perfection. It's his first competition. And so as soon as I saw that video, I immediately went to YouTube, said, his video's posted. I watched it start to finish more than once. This was an exquisite video, and hopefully you all enjoyed it. When I first met Damian, we practiced posing. Bro was almost 200 pounds. He was perhaps 30% body fat. He dieted down, lost approximately 43 pounds, and made it to the bodybuilding competition. And spoiler alert, bro won the juniors. Did you know he was that young? As well as placing the top 3 in several different categories. And so congratulations to Damo.
At the start, we looked like this.
And so at the start of his journey, I'm telling you, it's 30% body fat, perhaps even a little more. This, in my opinion, not only overweight, it's obese. He's 5'6" manlet like Coach Greg. I'm approximately 190 pounds. Bro was 200. He's doing this while being 100% natural, and I do in fact believe he's a lifetime natural.
And as you know, after we did this,
immediately when I saw his physique, I said, this guy could be amazing. He has the quads the size, great shape. He's just carrying so much body fat. I originally had started coaching him, helped him with his diet, and said to him, you're going to have to get down to approximately 154 pounds. That is the lightweight category, in case you're wondering, for men's bodybuilding competitions. Even at 200 pounds, I could see the physique that was underneath it. Mepstagram, she also a fan of his physique and absolutely loves his posing. And so when he lacks in size, remember, he's not hopped on HRT. He hasn't met up with Togi.
Greg goddamn Doucette.
And heavens forbid, don't let this guy around a gambling casino, but he makes up for it with exquisite posing and great symmetry.
I stopped loving my life.
When shit sucks, it just sucks, man.
What are you getting? Fire's off. You fired off. Fuck, come on. Because I learned I never really loved myself.
And so he talks about how he used to hate himself, he never loved himself, he's trying to find a way to fall in love with himself. And remember, the most important person, in fact, the only person you have to like on this earth, is yourself. Other people, they come and go. You may have failed relationships. People may be treating you like garbage. But the one person in this planet that has to, that's right, has to treat yourself properly, it's yourself. And Damian, throughout this journey, he's learned to do so. All throughout his life, he's been trying to win the approval of other people.
So that's the second tip. Be your authentic self.
Be your authentic self is paramount.
He's made countless videos. He's a comedian, a jokester. Have you not been watching his channel? And so the people, they love that persona. But remember, that's him acting. But what you need to know is, what is Damian like on the inside? When he's all alone by himself, how does he really feel? And I'm telling you, it wasn't good. He felt sad, and he was going on a journey to better himself, to become a gigachad, traveled the world, met up with famous YouTube followers. For example, even Coach Greg. He wanted to take home a certain lesson from each person in order to better himself on his journey, so that one day when he gets older, he could look back on his former self and realize, I was okay after all.
Because a part of me thought that by growing up, people would love me, and maybe I would finally love myself. But the other part of me was too scared to grow up.
And so what you need to know is, you need to learn to love yourself as much as somebody else loves you. Everyone else on this planet could love you, but if you don't love yourself, then what is it worth? I remember a famous quote from Oprah Winfrey. I was a teenager. She said, Steadman, the guy she was in a relationship with at the time, she said, you need to learn to love yourself as much as I love you. I can't remember if she said it or if Steadman said it, but it stuck with me. It's the first time I ever thought about that. You need to love yourself. I can love you as much as I can, but unless you learn to truly love yourself, what is it good for?
There was a time where I had everything. Fame, the money, the success.
I do believe he still has fame, money, and success. Perhaps he's not getting as many views as he once had. Remember, he's an actor, a comedian, and many of his videos were going viral. But since that time, he pivoted towards making the videos that he wants to make. He did these videos for him rather than for others, and so perhaps he's not quite as popular as he once was, but he's still very popular. If your videos are getting millions of views and suddenly they're only getting 100,000, then you're not going to feel as popular as you once were. While in comparison, if you're only getting 10,000 views and suddenly you get 100,000, you're going to think that's incredible. And so you have to practice gratitude. That's being happy what you have right now, because after all, there's always going to be somebody better. Oh, you're getting 2 million views now? Well, Jesse Games got 5 million. Well, now you got 10 million views. Well, guess what? Mr. Beast has more than that. And so you need to be happy no matter what. Whatever you have right now, that should be making you happy. Anything on top of that, that's just gravy.
I fell into every bad habit possible.
I am fucking struggling right now, boys. Some of the lowest moments of my life.
I want to quit so bad.
Cook!
I want to quit so bad.
Turk!
It is so nice to admit that. Just admit that I want to quit. It is so nice to admit I just want to quit.
And so you can see, he doesn't pull any punches. Most YouTubers, they only show you the good side. The cars, the money, the girls perhaps. They don't show you the bad stuff. Damian, he shows it all. He's not scared to let his guard down, and he wears his heart on his sleeve.
You really don't have anything if you don't have yourself.
And so you can see, Damian has a great pair of thighs. He does in fact have a small waist and decently wide shoulders. The tan, unlike Mike Gizertel, it is in fact bang on, and he does pose gracefully. He looks like a seasoned veteran. And so because he had the proper tan, he had no excuses. He couldn't blame not placing in the top 5 because of his tan. Unlike Mike Gizertel, who made a video about my bar. Says it's small. It's a small bar. It's 70 grams. And a bar is 65 grams. Says, kind of hard. Does this look like a hard bar to you? Does this look hard? When's the last time that you can roll up a hard bar into a freaking apple? And so does that look like a hard bar?
Do you think it resembles what it looks like on the package?
What the
Turk! Next, he said the protein bar doesn't look like it is on the wrapper. Okay. We see, for example, a Cinnabon on the wrapper. Were you expecting the bar to look like a Cinnabon inside of a wrapper? And so if there's a freaking birthday cake on the protein bar wrapper and a flame coming out of it on a candle, do you expect to open the bar and blow out your birthday candle? What's wrong with you, Mike?
This is Greg Doucette's bar. Thank you, Greg.
And so this bar is exquisite. Anything less than first place in a random sample of 10 bars, I don't know what's wrong with you. I can't understand how anyone would eat this bar and not think it's number one. I get it. We all have different tastes. Some people like one flavor more than another. Perhaps it could have been in second place, maybe even third. Mike ranks my bar 9th place out of 10, only beating out the Liver King. That bar was so bad, I tried to give it away to all my staff members. None of them could finish a single bar. And so if you want one of the largest bars in the world, 70 grams, 20 grams of protein, 230 calories, code Greg, 15% off. Click the link in the description. Back to the video. And from the side, you can see he has great oblique muscles. He even has some striations on the side of his glutes. And so for a natural guy, very, very good conditioning. So well-formed glutes does have hamstrings. And so you can see the powerlifting training clearly has paid off. But one thing I really like about Damian is the emotions that he exudes while doing his posing. It's fucking hot in here. The emotion, you can see it in his face. You can sense the enjoyment he's having while going through his routine. And you can see the size of the quads. You can see some glute striations. He's got obliques. He's got abs, the chest striations. Great job, Damo. Clearly, he's put in the work. And remember, 100% natural.
Like I've always been scared to show Damian, you know? Because it got me so far, people want to see Damo. Like, Damian's boring.
The minute that all my friends leave at night and I gotta close the South Park analysis videos, it just gets kind of lonely, man, you know?
It's kind of like being Clark Kent, but everyone wants you to be Superman, the larger-than-life character who saves lives, but really you're just Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter. You're not about showing off, lifting planes, saving the world. You're just Clark Kent. You just want to go to the movies and chill. Kind of like your T-plug. He kind of freaky, but he chill though. You might see me screaming and shouting on the camera, but if you just have a conversation with me, you're going to be like, I didn't think you were like that. People come up to me all the time, every single day. Not a day goes by where I don't meet someone, take photos, and so on. And they're like, why aren't you yelling? You guys think I yell all day long? I'm not a throat goat. I wouldn't be able to handle that. And if you're interested in picking up some turkesterone, I got what you need. It's from Uzbekistan. It's fresh off the boats, guys, and it does in fact sell out. And while you're there, don't forget to pick up GO2 Max for improved cardio energy and so on. And by the way, we have a money back guarantee. Some people are like, you're a snake oil salesman. The hell is that? What are you talking about? Snake oil salesmen sell you a product and say if you don't like it, you get your money back? Really? Does that make sense to you? Like, put your thinking cap on once in a while. You buy the product, use it for, say, 3 days. Let's call it a week. Let's call it a week and a half. Yeah, I don't feel it. Money back. Is that complicated? Think about it. I feel this like crazy. I took 2 pills yesterday before my bike race. I couldn't sleep. Now, I do speak about negative side effects. Some people are more sensitive than others. I suggest you take it in the morning because if you take it later in the day, it might in fact negatively affect your sleep. Start with 1 pill a day. I don't suggest you go up to 3 right away, but for some people it can handle it. The effects of turkesterone, just like every supplement in the world, including creatine, it's on a spectrum. Some people are going to feel it more than others. And so when I surveyed 100,000 people, 50% said they couldn't notice any effects of creatine whatsoever. And so if 100,000 people take turkesterone, I do believe far more people are going to notice it than even creatine, which has been studied as being perhaps the best supplement in the world. I'm telling you, it's that much better. You don't need to believe me. You can think it's snake oil, but if you do think it's snake oil, you buy it, you use it, and you get your money back if it didn't work. Is that complicated for you? A snake oil salesman tries to pretend that a product works when it doesn't. Do I look like I'm lying to you? I've had it third-party tested other people's products, not going to mention any names. But if you buy their product, use 10 pills compared to one of mine, tell you mine is better. Does that sound like bullshit to you? And so ask my competitors. Show me the third-party testing. Where did you get it? China? Probably China. Was it from Uzbekistan? We're putting Uzbekistan on the map. I'm your T-plug for actual turkesterone. I'm moving a lot of work, and I'm working 24/7 to make you and I happy. It's a win-win. Now remember, just because I don't look chill doesn't mean I'm not. And so you can Greg your Doucettes till you GO2 Max your Turk all over the screen, or You can do that and then buy Trichesterone. It's a win-win. Do both. Interested in any of these supplements? Code Greg, 15% off. And back to the video. Y'all realize that Damo increased his deadlift while dieting to this extent? I couldn't believe how strong this guy was. Absolutely amazing. When I diet for competition, I practically lose all my strength.
Think about every burdenful step I took when my legs were like concrete during peak week. And then I think about every rep.
And so trust me, if you haven't competed, you don't know what bodybuilding can do for you. The depths that it pushes you, bro had no energy. He can barely walk. It's hard to stand up. You don't get it because you haven't competed. I've competed 59 times, 42 while being natural. I know the work that Damo had to put in to get in shape for competition. And so y'all, you don't get it, but trust me, it can change you. He got stronger on his deadlift while he dieted. That's next to impossible, yet he did it. Now, obviously his bench press went in the toilet because mass moves mass. When you lose that kind of weight, your bench press is gonna go down. But in some lifts, he actually got stronger. Truly remarkable. Despite the fact that every step when you do cardio can be hard, I remember dieting for competition, being so tired that having to stand up in the tanning bed for 10 minutes so that I wouldn't get 6 plates like Mike Israetel. I got the proper tan and I won my competition. But it was hard. Standing up becomes hard. Shoulder checking got into a car accident. I don't have the energy to shoulder check, and so you perhaps don't get it. This is why I keep preaching, don't try to maintain single-digit body fat. Try to have 15% body fat and don't bulk and cut. Bulking and cutting can cause disordered eating behavior as well as doing competitions, and so tread lightly. Please be careful. Trust me, it's a slippery slope. You're cutting calories to such an extent, everything depends on how you look. And suddenly you're gaining all this weight in the off season. You don't love yourself. You look in the mirror, you're no longer happy with its reflection. And so please try to maintain a healthy weight. I've been preaching this for years. Don't try to maintain single digit body fat. Get into a healthy body fat percentage, somewhere where your testosterone is where it's normal and you can put on muscle. If you diet too much, try to stay shredded all the time, you perhaps will end up on HRT for no reason, just like Alex Eubank.
Self-belief isn't how many big things you've accomplished. It isn't how many big wins you've had. It's about all the micro moments that you failed, that you've wanted to give up, that you have given up, but you keep going. That is how you build self-belief.
Exactly. Having confidence isn't about having won so many times. It's not about all the victories. It's about the losses, but then you get up and try again. Knowing that you can fail and then still come back, that gives you confidence. Once you've been stepped on enough and came back for more, nothing can stop you. And trust me, I'm no stranger to this. I've had my lows. You've all known my backstory, and yet I came back. And so trust me, I am very confident. Wasn't always like that. But over time, you develop that kind of confidence. And it's not from winning. Let's say you compete in 5 bodybuilding competitions and you win all 5. You now are so confident. But yet you go in your next competition and you get second and you can't ever compete again. Why? Because you haven't learned to fail and come back for more. In grade 9, I tried out for the badminton team. 16 of us, we played a round robin. I placed 16th. I never won a single game. But by grade 12, I made the team, was beating out all those competitors. Why? Because I practiced and I came back for more. I kept pushing myself. Effort can win and overcome almost all obstacles. And so despite having a 51 average in French in grade 10 and a 53 in biology, I'm here with the highest average in university. I'm speaking a 3rd language. Why? Because I tried harder than everyone else. I put in the work. And so if you're overweight, you're Damian, you're 200 pounds, you can get shredded. If you're 300 pounds, you can get shredded. If you're Bradley, 574 pounds, you too can do it. You can lose the weight if you put your mind to it. If you try hard enough. David Goggins, he worked harder than everyone, and look what he's accomplished. And so just because you don't have the genetics, that's an excuse. Yeah, you have to have realistic goals. You don't have the genetics. You're not going to beat Mr. Olympia, Chris Bumstead, but you can do better. Better than you are right now. And so it's not about being the best. It's about being better than you were. Damian has clearly done that. He's gotten himself better, both mind, body, and spirit, and so can you. That is the message he's trying to portray.
Now we're on to the classic physique division. And we're gonna start with classic physique, true novice A.
And so classic physique, true novice A, those are for the short kings, perhaps 5'6". That would be Coach Greg's category. If I was an amateur, Coach Greg and Damo, the exact same height.
One request, I don't care if I only have to hit this for a split second, even if it's in a transition, but I need this in the routine.
We can definitely do that.
Yeah?
Easy. Definitely possible.
What's so amazing is when I met Damo in person, we went into the posing room and he said, what do you think of this pose? And I said, absolutely, you can do it. He was 200 pounds overweight, and I thought, well, once you're shredded, it's gonna look amazing. He had a thought and he manifested it, and here it is on stage. And I really can't speak to how great this routine is. The emotions, the ability to pose, the transitions, hitting to the beat, everything rolled into the one. It's as if he's done this for his entire life. And so congratulations, truly remarkable Damo.
If I had to give one final gigachad lesson, it would be do what makes you proud. And do it out of love, especially when nobody's watching.
And so I think this is a great message. Don't do it for everyone else. Do it for yourself, truly for yourself. You know those moments when you perhaps studied harder than last time? Perhaps you spent 10 hours studying for a grade 10 biology quiz. You didn't need to do that, but you did it anyway. You didn't do it for the glory because your parents made you. You just did it. And perhaps you got 10 on 10 for the first time. Imagine how proud you were. You did something that you never knew you could do. You did it. Imagine how much that boosts your self-esteem, your confidence. Perhaps you were failing in school, relationships, your job, but you then turned the corner. You improve, you try your best, harder than last time. And once you've done that one time, the domino effect can take place. You build off that one victory and you do it again and again and again and again. It perhaps started in sports like myself. Challenging yourself, perhaps you lost a game, a tournament, you come back and try harder, practice harder, and you got better. But sooner or later you realize, what I did for sport, I can do that elsewhere. You try it in school. Suddenly your grades go up. You do better. You go to university. You do it in your job. Perhaps you're not performing 100%. You then try harder. You get better. Not because your boss is making you, not because your mom told you, because you want to do it. Because you want to be the best version of yourself. Whether it's with a failed relationship, friends, family, and so on, you then try harder. You learn from previous mistakes and you come back. That builds true confidence. Being the best at anything, the champion, it doesn't make you confident, it just makes you a champion. It doesn't mean you're confident. Some of the most attractive looking people, the most gorgeous models, they have no self-esteem. Trust me, I've seen them, talk to them. It ain't it. But people who've had to overcome adversity in all aspects of their life, these people are truly confident. They were able to fail and come back for more. That's the person that you want to be. No matter what you do in your life, you're going to fail at some point or another. But what distinguishes the gigachads from everyone else is their ability to keep going. And so I'll leave it with that. Check out Damian's series. Had multiple videos of this. Follow him on Instagram and YouTube. Very proud of Damian. Congratulations. Keep doing this in all aspects of your life. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm, like the video if you liked it. Go watch his video. Watch one of those two bloops, of course, cookbooks, training books, coaching plans by me and my team, the Harder Last Time clothing line. And don't forget code Greg, 15% off on all the supplements. And if you got no money, get the free diet and training program. And until next time, I'm so hot in here, I got a fan. I am out.